Peace, love, and blessings, fam. Day 49 of Wisdom of the Ages by Wayne W. Dyer. If you've missed the previous recordings, you can catch them on TikTok, or you can go look them up on YouTube at Loyalty Life, spelled Lyfe Legacy, LLC. Day number 49, Privacy. Strength of numbers is the delight of the timid, the valiant in spirit, glory in fighting alone. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, known as Mahatma, which means great soul, Gandhi advocated nonviolence in his fight for independence and civil rights for the people of India. Both the secret for manifesting what you desire in your life and the mysteries of quantum physics are partially revealed in these words of Mohandas Gandhi. This is clearer when we consider that we can divide the universe of our personal experience into the seen and the unseen, or the material and the spiritual. The world of the seen is what we experience with our senses. It is this world that we are most interested in when it comes to having the things that we desire. But where do things come from? How does this so-called reality manifest? Quantum physics searched for the answer to that question, and I contend that the first quantum physicist was not Bohr or Einstein, but St. Paul, one of the authors of the New Testament. In the words of St. Paul, that which is seen have not come from that which doth appear. It seems to me that St. Paul stated precisely what contemporary quantum physicists have concluded. Particles themselves are not responsible for their own creation. Quantum mechanics involves studying matter, the material world, at the tiniest level while looking for the source of our physical world. The conclusion is that the world of the seen comes from the world of the unseen. So, how does all this relate to Gandhi's viewpoint of the valiant in spirit fighting alone? Read on. The two divisions of our one reality are ego and spirit, as mentioned yesterday. Ego is often described as standing for earth, guide only, because one cannot create or manifest from the dimension of ego, and the unseen world is called spirit. Particles, the material itself, are not responsible for their own creation. To manifest your dreams, you must first be free of your ego. Ego is nothing more than an idea you carry around that insists you are separate and in competition with others, and also separate from the divine creator of all, or your source. As long as you believe yourself to be separate from everyone and from your source, you lose the power of your source. When you reconnect to your source or make conscious contact with the unseen spirit, you regain the power of your source. This means you regain the power to manifest, to heal, and to attract what you desire into your life. However, even reconnected to source, ego wants to be involved. The moment that you begin to tell others about what you desire and how you are going to create this kind of life this kind of life you know is your personal destiny, you invite ego. As you begin explaining your radical ideas, you will be asked to defend yourself. Then you will feel the need to argue about how this fits or fails to fit into the perceptions of those you are talking to. And most debilitating of all, you will be expected to listen to the logic of those you choose to share your dreams with as they tell you to get real and look around at the circumstances of your life. Once the ego becomes involved, you literally lose the ability to create what your heart tells you is your destiny. Thus, by sharing your innermost desire, you seek out the strength of numbers, which Gandhi says is the delight of the timid. Make no mistake about it, the timid do not manifest their own dreams. They join the ranks of the unfulfilled. By fighting alone for what you know to be your destiny, regardless of what others say, you become the valiant in spirit who glory in fighting alone. Spirit is the source of all that you see, all that you witness, all that you observe. You can reconnect by avoiding ego's influence. This means specifically keeping your dreams to yourself and sharing them with the divine creator of all, or whatever you call that invisible source of everything in our material world. Reconnect to that source and regain all the powers of that source. Invite the ego, and you ensure separation from your source. As a young man, I had a plan of creating financial independence. I shared my plan with families and friends. Each time I related how I was going to first pay myself 1/5 of everything I earned, before anything else was spent, I heard all sorts of objections to my financial strategy. I remember being told, "You're out of touch with reality. You can't save 20% of your income, pay taxes, pay your bills, and take care of your family. It's impossible." I defended my plan, explaining how compounding the interest and not touching the principal would lead to living off of the tax-free interest in less than 15 years. But I would become discouraged listening to the experts who were majoring in poverty. I learned to keep my mouth shut and proceed solidly. I found that the less I needed to tell others of my vision, the faster my vision began to materialize. By removing my dream from the ego state and instead relying on the present, I attracted into my life a grand financial independence that reflected my inner vision. Gandhi's words remind me of that earlier time of my life, and they are a succinctly powerful reminder in today's world. Resist the need to have many people endorse your dreams, and instead be a valiant spirit who glorifies in trusting your inner guidance. Another way of saying this is less sophisticated but equally as profound. If you follow the pack, you are going to end up stepping in a lot of what they believe behind. My suggestion for putting Gandhi's words into practice include the following. 1. When you are about to seek the endorsement of anyone for your dreams, stop. And remember that once the ego becomes involved, you lose both your spiritual and your scientific means for creating what you want. My bad, y'all. To satisfy your need to announce your plans, describe in a journal what you are going to manifest in your life. At the very least, your journal will not give you reasons to doubt your dreams. Keep uppermost in mind that the process of creation moves from the unseen to the seen, from the spirit to the material. Trust deeply in your ability to make conscious contact with that invisible world. Conscious contact is the difference between knowing about the divine creator of all and knowing the divine creator of all. Now, I myself have struggled in the past with this same thing when it comes to manifesting. And it's because I get excited. It's not that I necessarily want the kudos from a conscious level. Could it be subconscious? Maybe. But it's never from the intent of wanting to share things with people for them to go, yay, and pat me on the back. Many that know me would say that I do a lot of selfless things and I don't seek return for it. Because if I gave it to you or I did it for you, that's exactly what it was for. One of my slogans is, that's a you problem, not a me problem, not a us problem, not a we problem. And it sums it up very well to me. I remember a few instances where instead of me telling somebody what I had going on, I just held my tongue. And it did seem as though the manifestation came even faster. So I will have to delve back into that because, again, it's just wanting to share with people what you have going on, especially in a world where people like to be updated. My bad, y'all. I'm a little tired. Got some other stuff going on. And even that, we've grown far outside of certain spiritual practices that you're not supposed to necessarily share or tell because it diminishes the power. So, coupling that with learning to hold one's tongue or hold water for oneself is a very, very trying thing at times, especially when we operate with people who we would like to have as accountability partners. And with social media being the place where you keep people up to date. Like I said, I didn't even believe or realize this was becoming a vlog until somebody else pointed it out to me. So now I'm wondering what other things can I do? Not necessarily speaking on it yet because it hasn't even come into the potential of manifestation yet. And I say that because it's just a list of things jotted down. Now, when you understand and know that going into your prayer closet and praying in silence, you will be rewarded in the open. So why do we feel the need to share? Do we feel the need to share to assist others? Do we feel the need to share to have others keep us accountable? Do we feel the need to share to verbally say it out loud to keep ourselves accountable? Still haven't figured out many of those things yet, but I do know that I appreciate a lot of my spiritual brothers and sisters, especially of Galacticus, that may share books with me, that may share movies with me, that also share the things that they are going to do. That's where I have a fine line between sharing and not sharing because I operate around a community that supports you when you share the accomplishments you've made. So they're just as happy for me in many cases because I've already sat on it for a while and haven't told them. So my joy is crashed out and they're literally livid. They're just like turned up, bro. You doing that? You doing this? You doing this? And all I can do is be extremely appreciative and thankful to have individuals around me that carry the same type of energy I do. My goal is to help as many people in life as I can. Like before this year is out, I want to give at least 100 people Reiki. If you heard that and you rocking with it, go ahead and leave a comment down in the chat. But outside of giving 100 people Reiki, there's even more I want to do with sound bowls and chimes, and I haven't even gotten a gong yet. So that's another thing within itself. Now, what was it he had stated? My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. He said, oh, look, I'm on the wrong page. Yo, I'm tired. Ego is nothing more than an idea you carry around that insists you are separate and in competition with others and also separate from the divine creator or your source. So, many would say that it is the ego that is the cause of wanting to share. It's because you want the pat on the back. You want the cookie. So, I would say to begin to practice, as they said, journaling that down. Again, I'm at a fine line because if there are individuals that you have in your life that share the same sentiment, by all means. But be very careful because sometimes people can undercut you because of things that they have going on in their life that they may not even realize is going on with them. So I thank you for being here. As always, more so for yourself than for anything else. I thank you for taking the time daily because tomorrow is going to be day number 50 and we'll have 10 days left. So, any books or readings that you guys would like me to go through or expound on, we can definitely do that. If I need to shift this towards something else, shoot your ideas my way and we can begin to work on it. So, as you walk in love, walk in light, Walk in peace and know that you are loved.